social distancing in Ohio is grabbing the attention of a lot of people, even author J.K. Rowling. We'll break it down. Online grocery ordering is a very big deal right now, but some people who've been using Instacart are saying that their orders are getting canceled just moments before it's supposed to be delivered. We have details on what you need to know before you place an order. And we reunite a very special family virtually, just in time for their veteran's 100th birthday.
I haven't seen you. You look good today. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling very good.
What's new starts right now.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
All right, well, we made it through another year this week, or so it may feel like. It is finally Friday, and my co-host Jay is off, but Sara Shookman is joining us from her house. Maybe we can even convince her to bring Basil into the picture in a little bit. But Sara, I've had a lot of people asking, how are you feeling?
Well, I miss you, first off, Betsy. It's been like 3 weeks since I've gotten to see you or talk to you now and been in the newsroom, but things are going well here at home. I feel great. No changes with the baby, no early arrival yet. So I'm just keeping going, and glad we're able to keep giving people the news and people informed from home.
We definitely are. We'll catch up with you some more in just a little bit, but first we want to get folks caught up on the latest coronavirus information. Rivals Apple and Google are partnering to track the spread of the coronavirus. They plan to create a tool that would allow people and healthcare workers to track the virus using Bluetooth data on phones. Back here at home, there are now 5,878 confirmed cases of coronavirus and 231 deaths that have been attributed to COVID-19. And this afternoon, a reporter asked the governor, Lieutenant Governor, and Dr. Amy Acton how they're managing through this pandemic. Acton, like many of us, has from time to time gotten emotional.
You don't see behind the scenes. Every decision is so hard got, and they're working tirelessly, and our whole teams that you don't see are. But likewise, if I could just say to my husband at home, Eric, I love you, and you've just been so good. Again, to have the support you have makes all the difference, and my husband's just amazing.
Okay, so then everybody else starts to get all fuzzy and teary-eyed, right? I mean, you can't help it. She's been so strong through all of this. The lieutenant governor, the governor, everyone has certainly done their part, pitched in, and Ohio has a lot to be proud of right now. We are flattening the curve, and they are the ones that have been leading the way to helping us do that. So props to our people. As far as a local company that's helping in the fight to get more protective more protective equipment to our frontline workers. That's another big thing that's been happening today. Lieutenant Governor John Husted made the announcement just a couple of hours ago. Laura Queso takes it from here.
That's right. The company Steris, based out of Mentor, was given approval by the FDA to sterilize N95 masks.
The lieutenant governor says Steris can sterilize 10 masks in 28 minutes. Steris has 100 machines capable of doing so across Ohio. So exactly what Battelle is doing, but on a smaller scale. This comes after state leaders made a plea not to throw out any N95 masks because we are still facing a shortage. People in nursing homes and hospital employees here in Ohio still do not have the masks they need.
So it's just another example of the Ohio innovators out there, the businesses who are stepping up and solving problems. The technology for this was developed right there in Mentor, Ohio.
And once a mask is sterilized, the governor says it can be used up to 20 times. Laura Queso, 3 News.
Well, now on your feed at 5, it is one of the holiest days of the year, and this weekend, Easter services are going to look quite a bit different. Tiffany Tarpley shows us how local churches are celebrating.
Churches are a place of gathering and of worship, but so much has changed during this pandemic, including Easter Sunday services. It has been a stressful time, it has been a challenging time, but it's also brought about creativity. From live streaming services, masses, and vigils to offering drive-in style worship. Local leaders are making sure they are keeping their congregation safe while also sharing the message of Jesus' resurrection.
Just to share hope in what seems to be a pretty hopeless situation. We want to be able to just celebrate Easter together and just joy and excitement, just like we normally would, in person.
This is also a great time of creativity, and really is challenging us to truly trust and still remain hopeful that God's going to see us through all of this.
Now, churches in Ohio are exempt from the stay-at-home order. They don't have to follow it. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll let you know what we've learned about churches that are still having traditional Sunday services. Tiffany Tarpley, 3 News.
Well, back to the basics. We have told you about different ways to get groceries delivered to your front door, and one of them is Instacart. But with an increasing number of people depending on these grocery deliveries, Instacart's service has become less reliable for some. Brandon Simmons shares their complaints.
Instacart is one of those services that I've touted over the last few days to help you get through this pandemic and the stay-at-home order. But we've heard from many people who are complaining that delivery dates are days or weeks out. And for many, when delivery day does finally get here, your orders are being delayed multiple times or canceled at the last minute. I think we should explain why. Now, the people who are shopping for your orders and delivering them are independent contractors. So even if you place your order weeks in advance, there's a chance that there aren't enough of those contractors working on that day to accommodate the orders that are placed. Instacart can't force contractors to work, and frankly, they can't guarantee how many orders they'll be able to handle that day. So how can you keep your order from being canceled? First, keep your orders simple and allow replacement items for things that aren't in stock. Secondly, add a larger tip when you submit your order.
I mean, the tips are huge, guys. And if you appreciate what those of us that are out there doing this are doing to help keep you from having to do it, share that, because there are real people on the other side of this that are dropping your groceries off at your doorstep and trying to help keep you safe.
Now, I have to tell you, there are some people who are taking advantage of that tip system, lowering the tip after their order is delivered, a bait and switch. Now, we reached out to Instacart to see how shoppers are being protected from tip baiters, but haven't heard back yet. Needless to say, that's not something anyone should be doing. I'm Brandon Simmons, 3 News.
Well, another big story making headlines today. There's a chance that the Olympics could get pushed back again. Today, Tokyo Olympics CEO said organizers are still aiming to start the games on July 23rd of 2021. But they're also aware that the new date is completely dependent upon having the coronavirus under control. And that's not the only big story we have for you today from the sports world. Jimmy joins us now. And did I hear this right? The MLB is talking about making changes, like cats and dogs living together kind of changes?
Yeah, pretty radical stuff. Yeah, cats and dogs. That's a pretty good way to take a look at it. All right, this is a test balloon. This is a proposal that Major League Baseball is leaking out through the media to kind of get what everybody's feeling about as far as a Major League Baseball season is going to look like and be realistically out there for a proposal. All right, here's the way it would go. They would radically realign Major League Baseball just for the upcoming season. And it's all predicated on where you train in spring training. So the Indians train in Arizona. So they would play their entire season in Arizona. How do you feel about that? They would be in the Cactus League. Teams that train down in Florida, they would form the Grapefruit League. Now, the Indians would be in a Western division in the Cactus League, and they would have in their division the Chicago White Sox, the Cincinnati Reds, who they share their spring training complex with out in Goodyear, Arizona, and both Los Angeles teams, the Dodgers and the Angels. And they would play a season around the Arizona League. In that point, then, the Indians and all of those other teams would play in playoffs in the Cactus League. They would have a Cactus League champion, a Grapefruit League champion from the teams that play down in Florida, and then I guess you would call it a World Series would happen after that. Betsy, there would be a 3-week training period if they got this thing started up. Also, there would be many, many doubleheaders, and then the key is there would be no spectators. But also under this plan, there would be no games in Cleveland, and that's a real hard pill to swallow.
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the fact of doing double headers in the summer in an outdoor ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be like 115 to 120 when they play these games potentially. So, ugh.
Yeah. And they would be 7-inning games, but you're right. I mean, because they would be using the spring training complexes of the teams who train out there, and that's exactly one of the problems there. And then, of course, the situation down in Florida, too. The designated hitter rule would be in both conferences, the Cactus League and the Grapefruit League. And again, this is just a test balloon, but they want public reaction to how people would, sit with this. And I have to tell you, this would be a hard pill to swallow in Cleveland or anywhere else.
Absolutely. Oh, well, let's wait and see what happens. I think that's probably the best kind of view to take right now. Thanks, Jimmy. Really appreciate it.
All right, Betsy.
Out to you, Sarah.
All right, well, now let's check in with Laura Queso for a look at today's headlines. Hi, Laura.
Hey, Sarah. Yeah, new tonight, intelligence shows that coronavirus could have hit China back in November. That's right. U.S. officials are now saying they picked up intelligence back then that there could be a public health issue, even an outbreak in Wuhan. They've now warned the White House to be skeptical of China's reporting. However, Chinese officials say they've always been transparent, and one study did find that China's lockdown in January delayed the global spread of the coronavirus. Meanwhile, Ohio's BCI crime scene unit is now assisting Wycliffe police after an officer-involved shooting this afternoon. It happened at a Dollar General store on Euclid Avenue. Now, we don't have many details, but we do know no police officers were injured. Also, the store is back open right now. And with kids now learning from home, right? Internet access is so important, but many kids just don't have it. So today, Cuyahoga County Executive Armin Budish announced that 300 Wi-Fi hotspots have been donated to Cleveland schools. They're free for about 2 months and will help get kids through the end of the school year. And it's not just Cleveland either. 25% of families in Cuyahoga County do not have access to the internet.
Well, those will be very useful for those families, that's for sure. Thank you, Laura. We'll talk to you soon. Well, are you looking for something to binge this weekend? Our own Russ Mitchell, a.k.a. Senator of the Cinema, shares his binge-watching guide. And Stephanie, what's clicking in Cleveland?
Sarah, there is a powerful video using ping pong balls and mouse traps to make the case for how important keeping that physical distance is right now. We've got that for you. But first, let's check in with Michael Estime at his place to let us know what's going on with the weather. Hi, Michael.
Stephanie, thank you so much. I feel like we've seen all 4 seasons this week in Northeast Ohio, including a winter wonderland this morning. We'll talk about more spring-like temperatures returning this Easter weekend coming up.
Well, this weekend you might be looking for some good binge-worthy movies and shows to watch. So I sat down with our resident movie expert, Russ Mitchell, for his top picks right now.
I've loved movies since I was a kid, and in this time where we're at home, we're social distancing, all that kind of stuff, it's a good time to binge on things and find some things that you may not discover, you may not have known about before.
Well, what's on your movie radar right now?
Well, this week I got into a Miles Davis kick, of course, the legendary jazz man, and I watched a documentary on Netflix called Birth of the Cool.
Okay.
Very nice. I think it was a PBS special, but it's now on Netflix. It's amazing. Complicated guy, obviously a genius as well. And then I had to take it to the next level. So then I went and watched a movie on Miles Davis called Miles Ahead.
Okay.
With Don Cheadle. And Don Cheadle plays Miles Davis in this movie in a very turbulent point in his life. It's a little intense, it's a little rough, but again, it satisfied that Miles Davis Jones that I was on for the weekend.
Okay, and I know on another topic, you love The Godfather, and you love Star Wars?
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars guy.
Okay,
Exactly,
so
yeah.
those are kind of two completely different genres of movies.
Listen, Ozark is kind of in that line. It's on Netflix as well. A little dark, kind of complicated, set in the Ozarks of Missouri. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, not the Ozarks, but it's really weird, some strange characters in it, and it's really a lot of fun. You like that kind of stuff? Yeah, you'll like it. But here's the thing, you've probably heard of this, Betsy. It's called Tiger King.
I have heard about this, and I'm mystified by it. I'm scared to watch it, actually.
It is intense. It is weird. It's about this guy who ran zoos. He's got this bizarre life. This guy is now in jail, accused of, not accused, he's been convicted of a murder for hire plot.
What?
It's very strange. So that's that there. But you know, Betsy, this is the next one. I actually put a bag over my head and watch in the living room, even though nobody can see me. It is so bad. I think I need a bag. This is 90 Day Fiance. You ever heard of that? No judging, trust me, no judging at all. I mean, this is intense. You sit there, and the premise of it, of course, is these folks who meet someone online, overseas. They have 90 days to get a visa to come over here, and some of these folks are catfished. Some of them are, they never meet, and it's weird. It really is.
It's a far cry from The Godfather.
Well, it's interesting. Now that my credibility is shot to where, it's all good.
Not at all. I love it because I think it just shows everybody, don't be afraid to try something new. You can always turn it off and go to something else.
That's true.
This is the time to do some sampling,
That's
certainly.
true. See, most people would say, I watch this, but I don't tell anybody about it. But here I am.
Aw, well, we appreciate it.
Thank you. This was fun.
It was fun. We're going to have you back.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. It's true. Russ Mitchell watches 90 Day Fiancé. Just want to repeat that. Moving forward, the Cleveland International Film Festival will also be streaming this year's movies since the event has been canceled. Today, they announced the stream will begin on Wednesday. That's this coming Wednesday, April 15th, and will go through April 28th. It's part of their new program called SIF Streams. You do have to pay to watch the films, but you are supporting a very local cause and some local filmmakers too. So it's a really awesome opportunity to pay it back to the community. Well, Michael Estime is joining us from home tonight, and I would not be myself if I didn't make mention of the beard, Michael. Well.
Oh my goodness, Betsy, it's not just the beard, it's the hair and everything else these days. Oh,
but you still have the pocket
square. I feel like Santa Claus.
That's what really matters.
Oh, this is true. Oh, we're going to keep that. We're absolutely going to keep that. That's for sure. Betsy, oh my goodness, how about the snowfall that we saw this morning? It was so interesting to see. Oh, that's my goodness, it felt like a winter wonderland in some spots. Yeah, I know, that's right. So very true. But here's the thing, though. It's actually not uncommon to see that this time of the year. Our average last snow day, by the way, in Cleveland at Cleveland Hopkins is typically yesterday on April the 9th. So again, very typical for this time of the year, but beautiful to see. Let me get you to the maps and show you what things look like. I think that the rest of your Friday evening, for the most part, looks good. We will hang on to a few more clouds. Temperatures will be falling. I think that will fall quick and in a hurry through the 40s before bottoming out overnight tonight into early tomorrow. Right around that 30-degree reading. It'll be cool as well, and you'll certainly feel that coolness to the air overnight tonight. Here's where those morning snow showers were, especially down around Akron, Canton area. Again, beautiful in spots. I have a couple of really great photos, by the way, on my Facebook page. Otherwise, what I want to do is broaden out the view for you and show you what things look like. The big picture showing you that toward the Central Plains, there is an area of high pressure. That high pressure center is slowly but surely working toward the east. And as it does so, that's going to help to sweep out some of that cloud cover that we'll see overnight tonight. That means that by first thing tomorrow morning on Saturday, I think we enjoy some sunshine to start. And then as that area of high pressure works quickly through the Ohio Valley, we'll end up seeing a little bit more cloud cover. And then by Sunday, everything begins to change. What we're anticipating by your Easter is not only temperatures in the 60s, but also some scattered showers in the mix as well. So any Easter plans that you may have, if you're thinking about perhaps going to a virtual Easter sunrise service, again, know that rain will be in the mix if you're going to be heading out to the grocery store. Again, that'll be something that we're watching for you very carefully. Otherwise, as we head toward Monday, wind is going to be the big issue by that point. We're expecting temperatures in the 50s and falling, with perhaps even a wind at about 40 to 50 miles per hour in terms of a wind gust. And then the rest of the week there, Betsy, we're anticipating temperatures back in the 40s. But either way, though, I think actually by next week there are a couple of snow chances, so we're not quite out of the winter woods just yet. Betsy, back to you.
It's just April. This is what we have to deal with every year. So in this world that things are so crazy right now, the chaotic weather is at least one normal thing.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much, Michael. Appreciate it. Well, coming up, this video, look at this. This is so amazing. It so perfectly states the situation. How the state of Ohio used a ping pong and mouse traps to talk about social distancing and what J.K. Rowling had to say about it.
Well, welcome back on this Good Friday. Let's check in with Stephanie Haney now to see what is clicking in Cleveland. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Sarah. I think we all know that it's the essential workers who are really keeping the train on the tracks for us these days. And to that end, Senate Democrats are proposing a $25,000 payout in order to thank them for their work. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tweeted this, saying that a Heroes Fund for essential workers should be a part of the next phase of the congressional response to the coronavirus. Here's how that would look. That would include medical workers, including doctors and nurses, truck drivers, grocery store employees, transit workers, and more. And essential employees making less than $200,000 a year could get up to $25,000, and those making more could get up to $5,000, which I think we can all agree would be a very nice payout for all of those people. We'll have to see what happens with that. Now, here in Ohio, our Department of Health has posted a video that's getting a lot of attention using ping pong balls and mouse traps to show the impact of physical distancing. And one of the people who caught its eye is J.K. Rowling, who tweeted about it, saying, of course, she's the person who wrote the Harry Potter series, and in her tweet, she wrote the caption, "This is such a memorable, effective bit of imagery." So we figured we'd show it to you. Here it is. There at the end, it says it all. A little space makes us all safer. By the way, that video has been viewed on Twitter alone almost 11 million times. That's a great visualization to show right now, Sarah, how much we can really mess up somebody's world if we don't keep our physical distance when we're not staying at home.
It's so true. I think it's amazing that it's getting international attention, like from J.K. Rowling, but I agree. It just brings home the point. I retweeted it as well. I've watched it a few dozen times because it just really shows you how we can all impact and protect each other. Thanks, Stephanie. We'll talk to you soon. Well, new at 5, learning to learn how to cook. Well, our food expert, Doug Tratner, gives us a lesson in the kitchen and shows us how to make one meal last several days. And Trolls World Tour is now streaming. We'll show you how to throw the ultimate premiere party for your kids. And we're reuniting a family virtually just in time for a veteran's birthday. You don't want to miss that story as What New continues.
Now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Well, hello there, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Jay is off tonight, and Sara Shookman is sitting in from her house. She's been there, what now, 3 weeks, Sara, I think you said?
3 weeks, yep, hanging in.
All right, well, we're still waiting for a Basil appearance coming up in just a little bit. I'm sure you'll have that for us. Strong suggestion.
We'll
there.
get on it. First, let's get to some good news this half hour. Well, Betsy, an Elyria High School senior sent us this 3 heroes story. And Molly Fennick says at the end of their Spirit Week each year, there is a student versus staff basketball game. And the teachers are known to put together a halftime dance. But with no school this April, well, the students were bummed they were not going to get to see their dance until the teachers posted this video.
To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side.
All right, dancers, you recognize this one. That's the Get Up, and it is hard. Way to go, ladies. The teachers posted themselves dancing to several different songs online. I have to imagine the kids just loved seeing that.
I think it's so cool how the teachers have just gone out of their way to try and stay connected with the kids and really keep them inspired and engaged with learning. So anything they could do is awesome.
In so many ways.
And they've gone so far above and beyond, and we do appreciate our teachers. Thanks so much, Sara. We'll check in with you again in just a little bit. Let's get everybody caught up on the latest coronavirus headlines now. The FDA approved a local company to start cleaning N95 masks. Steris, which is based in Menor, can clean 10 masks in 28 minutes. And they have 100 machines that they're going to deploy across the state. So that's about 2,000 in an hour. The state shared the latest numbers here in Ohio. There are now 5,878 cases and 231 deaths that have been attributed to coronavirus. And ODOT temporarily lifted restrictions on food trucks at rest stops. This is brilliant. The goal is to make sure truck drivers can find hot meals while they're working, and our local food trucks, a la restaurants with food trucks, have a great way of staying in business too. Now to our top talker, and I gotta tell you, this one, it gets my heart. The safest way to communicate with loved ones right now is over the phone or through a video chat. But video chatting isn't always easy for everyone. So when one viewer reached out to us to say that she hadn't been able to see her 99-year-old dad in weeks, well, we thought we could give a helping hand. Like so many in the greatest generation, Al Keeling has seen a lot in his 99 years. He's lived through the Great Depression and fought in World War II. He raised a family and retired from a long career with the railroad.
He was married to my mother for over 50 years. And they had a really good marriage.
Now he spends his days here in Bloom at Lakewood Assisted Living Facility. His daughter Jackie was a regular visitor, but now, amid the coronavirus pandemic, they have to stay apart. She has a lung condition and hasn't been able to see her dad in weeks. And now she won't be able to throw the party she had planned to celebrate his milestone 100th birthday on Easter Sunday.
Now you're getting there. Now you can hear me.
So we offered a little technological assistance to help set up a video conference call so they could chat virtually, face to face.
Oh my, how are you today? You okay?
Okay, I'm okay, yeah.
I haven't seen you. You look good today. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling very good.
Let me ask you this now that we're all kind of connected up here. How does it feel to see Jackie? It's been a while since you've gotten to see her.
Yeah, I think it's been about a month, I think, or more.
I had the honor of listening in as they reminisced.
You know, you go to work every morning in a suit, and then you came home, you learned to work, woodworking, and you made the garage in the backyard, and you put the driveway in all by yourself. You worked all day at the railroad, and then you would go down to the Board of Elections.
I worked all night, yeah.
Because we needed a little extra money around the house. You were amazing. I learned so much from you. Life is about other people.
Like so many of us, they're trying to make sense of these unprecedented times.
Yeah, I miss your coming out.
I miss everybody.
I worry about you, maybe we should get you a mask.
And though they can't be together to celebrate a milestone, it's clear their love knows no bounds.
I think she's trying to say bye.
Okay, go bye, Jerry.
I love you, Dad.
Well, we're a kiss.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, I just love that story. Happy birthday, Mr. Keeling, 100 years old on Sunday. And the folks over at Bloom at Lakewood have organized a little social distance parade for him on Sunday morning. So we hope he enjoys that and that he can reunite with his entire family really soon. I love that story. Well, let's go back to Laura Queso for more of the news headlines today. Hi there, Laura.
Hi, Betsy. But first, let's get back to you. I can see the story on a little screen right here. It's tiny, tiny. But hearing it, oh my gosh, that is really inspiring and an incredible story and very emotional. But okay, well done. Let's get back to testing because that is one of the headlines today. In fact, the FDA approved solutions from scientists at Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center really to expand COVID-19 testing across the state. Now, as you know, and as we've reported, there's been a shortage of test components like swabs to collect samples and the solution to transport those swabs in. So in just 24 hours, a team of Ohio State researchers created a salt solution to transport those swabs. They also 3D printed more than 50,000 swabs. Both will now be sent to hospitals for testing. Big news there. A reminder, Cleveland's West Side Market, it is open tomorrow, especially if you need fresh produce, meat, maybe some baked goods for that big Easter weekend. The market wasn't too busy today when we were there, so it might just be a nice alternative to shopping at a grocery store. And all right, Hinckley is keeping its Easter egg hunt tradition alive, but from the comfort of your car. So here's what you do. You start at Hinckley Elementary School and drive to Sharon's Circle and then back near Hinckley Reservation to find the eggs. The social distance hunt goes through Monday until dusk. I feel like I'm a little old for that, but it sounds really fun.
It does. It definitely does sound super fun. And I have to tell you, too, I think it's pretty interesting, the whole West Side Market thing. They're still open. They're still going. And hopefully folks are going to participate in doing some of their shopping there. I do appreciate it.
Sure
Thanks,
thing.
Laura. We appreciate that. Sarah?
Well, that socially distanced hunt Laura was talking about, just one way to celebrate Easter while social distancing. You can also try a virtual Easter egg hunt. Here's how that works. Fill up the eggs with treats and log on to some sort of video chat. Just place the eggs around your house or your yard and have everyone dial into that video conference. Then your job is to act as the virtual tour guide, walking around your house until someone spots an egg through your camera. And it's just like I Spy at that point. Finally, the only thing left to do is enjoy the spoils of your hunt. Well, time now for your pop break. Tiger King fans are getting another episode. Here's Stephanie Haney to update us. Hi, Stephanie.
Well, we knew it was coming. The season premiere of The Bachelorette has officially been postponed. It was supposed to debut May 18th, but coronavirus concerns halted production last month, just as Claire Crawley was supposed to meet her guys for the first time. But that's silver lining for people who still want to shoot their shot.
We are casting for the next Bachelorette, that is Claire, and the next Bachelor. We don't know who that is yet.
Host Chris Harrison says because everyone is basically quarantined together on their shows anyway, once restrictions ease up, The Bachelorette could be one of the first shows back on the air, but maybe with less kissing. And listen up, Tiger King fans. Episode 8 of the documentary drops this Sunday on Netflix. It's called Tiger King and I, and it's hosted by Joel McHale, who will catch us up with some of the show's main characters.
I talked to a lot of people involved in the project. Jeff and Lauren Lowe, Saf, Eric Cowie, John Finley, John Reinke, and Rick Kirkham to see what's happened in their lives since the release of the series.
Two people we're not likely to see, though, are Joe Exotic himself, who is in prison, and his nemesis Carol Baskin of Big Cat Rescue, who called the series salacious and sensation and full of unsavory lies. Here's a little backstory about Tiger King in case you didn't know. The documentary happened completely by accident. The creators were actually looking at a snake dealer in Florida. Then they happened upon a guy with a tiger in his van. That led them to Joe Exotic, who has a zoo in Oklahoma, which, by the way, is now being run by Jeff and Lauren Lowe because Joe is in federal prison for the next 2 decades. It took them 5 years to film Tiger King, Sara, and the creators said that they had so much extra footage that they haven't even seen it all. So we know there are so many untold stories, and this reunion is going to be good.
Oh, they are certainly going to be searching that because they know they have struck gold with this. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And you can now watch the Trolls World Tour movie at home. Some fun tips to make it the ultimate premiere party for your kids. And Michael, how's the weather looking?
Sara, thank you, and good evening. My goodness, I feel like so many folks are looking forward to this upcoming Easter weekend, and we do have more sunshine tomorrow. However, on Easter Sunday, though, rain returns. We'll talk about the timing coming up.
Well, it was a pretty nice day out there. I'm trying to peek out through the newsroom to see, and the sun is still coming in the windows, so that's always a good sign. Michael Estimate joining us from home. So I guess, Michael, even though we had a little bit of snow this morning, we can say thank you for the sunshine this afternoon.
You know what? That is so very true. And happy Good Friday to you, by the way, Betsy, as well.
Too.
And boy, it was a Good Friday after that snow began to melt. And what we're anticipating is throughout the rest of the night, I think we will see a couple of residual lake effect snow and rain showers. I'll point that out to you in just a moment. But first, let me take you out on the roadways. This is a live look at I-90 at I-77. And as Betsy was mentioning, you can certainly see the sunshine. And if you look on the lower left-hand side of your TV set, you'll actually notice how one of the light poles are casting a shadow. So again, the sun is out, temperatures right now in the 40s. We're anticipating for those temperatures to continue to fall through the evening hours. Notice the cloud cover kind of intermittent mixed in there will eventually bottom out in the lower 30s overnight. There's that morning snow, and some folks down around Akron, Canton area actually picking up a couple of inches. You should see some of those photos on my Facebook page. They were really impressive. Again, that has wound down, but what you will notice is that up toward parts of Ashtabula County and then eastern Lake County, what you'll notice here is, again, some of those lake effect rain and snow showers, not much in the way of accumulation. That's the good news out of that. Big picture, though, as we zoom things out for you, will show an area of high pressure, and it's that high pressure center that'll help to clear some of the clouds tomorrow. Winds, generally speaking, from the northwest, anywhere between, say, 15 to 25 miles per hour. It'll be breezy. That's tackling the actual temperatures, currently sitting in the 40s. Into the 30s, so it's cool, that's for sure. Your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast showing you, again, perhaps a couple of those residual lake effect rain and snow showers, not amounting to much. That's the good news. First thing tomorrow morning, you're once again waking up to some peaks of sunshine. It'll be a great start. Enjoy it, because by Saturday afternoon, we'll introduce just a few more passing clouds, temperatures by midday in the mid-50s. And then by Sunday, I think that Sunday morning we stay relatively dry, but by Easter Sunday afternoon, you'll see temperatures spike. Notice the rain moving on in, not only on Sunday, but also into Monday. Monday, the winds really begin to ramp up with gusts over 50 miles per hour. That Universal Windows Direct full 7-day showing you then temperatures taking a tumble after that system moves through. Betsy, we're stuck in the 40s, not only Tuesday and on Wednesday, but notice that by Wednesday into Thursday, another chance for a couple of snowflakes in Northeast Ohio. Betsy?
Oh, that's good stuff. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. Let me just say one thing to everybody who's got little kids out there. 4 simple words. The trolls are back.
Not so fast, Tracy. We're taking him.
It's pronounced Tresillo. If you want him, you're going to have to dance for him. I can't live in a world without reggaeton.
And we can't live in a world without K-pop.
Dance off!
Only rock trolls are allowed.
All right, so the Trolls World Tour movie is making its debut in houses everywhere today. And the chilly weather makes it perfect for something to do with you and your kids. Kind of have a movie night, if you will. And the folks who made the movie Trolls are making it fun for everybody. They have made available a whole bunch of different things that the kids can do. There's some coloring pages. You can cut them out and then fold them. Obviously, you cut them out too, but then you have little hanging ornaments, right? If you have an Easter tree, a lot of people are doing Easter trees this year because why not? This may be something you can put on there. Another idea, how about this? Red towel carpet. Put out the red carpet. Let the kids walk the red carpet tonight. Wouldn't that be fun? You can make them a little bit of a microphone. Wooden spoons work great. That's what my girls like to use. Or curling irons also work great. That's what I like to use. But certainly you can have a lot of fun with that as they're walking the red carpet and make it your own movie premiere. Bottom line is just have fun with it. And the trolls, I mean, they have like crazy colored hair. How can you not have fun with the trolls? We have all of these ideas and how to get these printouts, WKYC.com. Look for that there. All right, coming up on What's New, how one easy recipe can become great meals for the rest of the week. Doug Tratner reports.
Welcome back. A lot of people are picking up new hobbies during this time at home, and one of them could be cooking. So our food expert, Doug Tratner, shares a step-by-step recipe for people wanting to expand their skills. And today, he's starting with chicken.
One of the best ways to grill an entire chicken is to spatchcock it. And spatchcock is just a fancy way of saying butterfly. You just snip, snip, snip. The reason why spatchcocking or butterflying a whole chicken is the best way to grill it because, as you'll see, you have your bag ready. I obviously like to keep my pieces parts for chicken stock. I've already got the neck in there. So you put this guy over, and this is the tough part. Just with the palm of your hand, just smack it down, flatten it. So what you see is you're flattening this bird. When you have a flat bird, it's going to cook evenly, it's going to cook faster, and you're going to get better caramelization on the skin. You almost can't over-season it. I think people just are really afraid of salt. This is a mix of salt and pepper. And then when I flip the bird after about 10 minutes, I'm going to put a thermometer in there so there's no guessing. Remote thermometer. Gotta have it. Turn this heat down, down, down. Keep an eye on it. Keep listening. You don't want flame ups. You don't want a burnt bird. See you in about 10 minutes. Gotta kill the time somehow. This smells amazing. I grilled a couple lemons. I'm gonna squirt that all over this. When you grill them, they get so juicy and sweet. We have some fresh herbs. Put those on. I would serve this with just a simple green salad. You can grill some vegetables, grill some asparagus, do whatever you want. But I like the contrast of cool and crisp with this. I'm gonna let it sit. You don't have to cover it. Let it sit for about 10 minutes before I start cutting it. This is like half of one breast. My wife and I will eat probably dinner one night, and then I'll turn some chicken into chicken salad. I'll make maybe a chicken and rice dish. Honestly, like one whole chicken will translate into a good 3 or 4 different meals. That's why I always go the whole chicken, and then use it throughout the week. Cheers.
Delicious. And to get this simple recipe or to watch Doug's demo over again, you can just head to wkyc.com/frontrow. With so many businesses forced to close right now as non-essential, many of you have been rallying around your favorite local spots that are still open, and we want to help keep that going. So we are launching a new section to our website called Love Local. It's a directory of all the local places that are still offering services right now, whether that's carry out or online or whatever it is. If you own a small business or you know someone who does, go to wkyc.com. You will fill out an online form, and the more businesses we can include, the better to help us spread the word. Our Worth the Watch video is next. How one family is still celebrating Easter and sending a little message to COVID-19.
Hi, sure. As of today, 389 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed. Happy Friday, everybody. Here's what's happening this weekend. With Easter on Sunday, Sheffield Township is having a porch parade on Saturday at 1. Yes, the Easter Bunny still makes house calls, just from a distance. Rocky River got a jump on things and had theirs last week. And drive-through drinks are now a thing. Take your adult beverages to go from Westall's Speakeasy pop-up in Willoughby.
Make your way off Clark Avenue to 2nd Street. We'll take care of you.
Oh, looking forward to these.
You can take two, get wine, or grab a growler. That's on Saturday, too, from 12 to 5. Find out more on WKYC.com and our WKYC app.
Well, now it's time for our Worth the Watch. There's a family in San Diego who's celebrating Easter and showing their dislike for the coronavirus at the same time. They're throwing a little shade. They decorated their house with the typical bunnies, but wrote a message that said, "Happy Easter, everyone. Not you, COVID-19." I think we all kind of feel that way, certainly. And Sara wraps up with us on This Week, and there's Basil. Thank you.
She wanted to say hi, Betsy.
She's so darn cute. She has got to be loving having you home all the time right now.
She forgets what her cage is like. I think we're going to be in trouble with that, that's for sure. But she is loving it. And once I turn the lights on down here, she just wants to be the star of the show. So thanks for giving her the opportunity to join you at 5 today.
Anytime. Basil and Sara, you are both welcome anytime. We're so thrilled to have you with us, certainly. Now get outside and go enjoy some of that, because we're going to have to see you tonight at 7 o'clock when you and Jimmy are going to be together for Front Row.
Yes, Jimmy and I will be back at 7, and I know, Betsy, you're doing double duty today as well with Russ out, so Betsy will be back with Laura for What Matters Most, starting right now.
Northeast Ohio Innovation.